course, Heath would love to position ahead para magbigay ng impormasyon para sa Omega kung nasa ng mga miyembro, especially the jungler of whoever they're facing. Lately, we've been seeing Heath get surprised with aggression na biglang pag nakita siya, babatuhan siya lahat ng skills, babatuhan siya lahat ng abilities, and that's something that Heath has to watch out for here. We know he likes to position well, but Heath needs to decide, okay, kung meron ako nakita isa, baka kailangan ko muna mag-backup kasi baka biglang masurpresa ako at -1 kagad for Omega.
Tignan natin ang ating lane prediction ngayon.
Yep, and there's nothing too crazy here unless they pull something out, right? You have Renegade facing off against Toshi in the gold lane. Yung ating turtle lane, that's James versus Curtizi. I think if there's anything that might change, Reptar, I hope you back me up here, baka mag-tank si Hayes dito. Yun lang yung nakikita kong parang baka pwedeng magbago.
Oh, potentially, kasi may history naman si Hayes na gumamit ng tank. Of course, we saw him play ngayon sa Omega.
One team wants to continue their path to greatness. Another team wants to go back to their winning ways. Sino sa kanila ang mananalo? Huwag na natin...
Can Omega stay ahead sa kanilang competition or can NXP keep up with the momentum na meron sila? MPL Philippines Season 7 is presented by Smart, official tournament telco partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. Ako po pala si Manjin Faldas. Kasama ko this time si Midnight. Midnight, kumusta naman? Week 2 ng MPL, Game 2 tayo kagad.
Ako, excited ako kasi Week 2 ng MPL
Is Omega again. Nung Week 1, naging na 2-0 nila this time yung co-M2 representative ng Omega. Next play, defeating Bren yesterday. And ang tanong, malalaman natin yan lahat sa draft as who will make the smart choices in the draft. Catch it next, brought to us by Smart, the official tournament telco, partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. Let's head on to the picks and bans of the game. And Midnight, I think may mga onting backstory ka sa atin para sa laban na to.
Oh yes, definitely this is gonna be the battle of tanks. Tama actually yung head-to-head matchup natin kanina. The most important factor for these two teams is to have the good tank setup. Next play, esports, they have Yawi that can play the Sylvana, he can play the Jarhead, he can play the Matilda, he can actually play the Bakito. Omega Esports, you need to remove that fundamentals from the team.
Kailangan no yung mga pang setup
Yes.
dito para sa side ng Omega on the side of Heat. Last time nakita natin dito yung mage lineup ng side ng Omega dito. Ano bang nasasabi nito sa lineup mo, Omega? Nag-experiment ba yung Omega dito, Midnight? Or talagang na-practice nila to, hindi lang nila na-execute ng tama?
I feel like it's mostly on the back end of things na parang pinapractice nila pero they forgot that there's some technical problems on the lineup. Nasabi nga nila yung kanina, isang Athena Shield lang at isang Oracle, tapos kagad yung composition nyo.
Pwede. So ngayon, magtuloy-tuloy ba yung curse right now for this team? Nabanggit mo dito yung mga tanks. Midnight, that is a Matilda being banned. Agad, kakasabi mo lang, back siya para dito kay James.
Actually, napaka-standard nung sagot ng Omega Esports. And it's almost predictable at the point na pinik nila yung Pakito. Pakito is really good against Bennett. Nagpaganda rito sa pick ng Omega Esports is that you claim that they can, but telegraph na yan ng next play and they picked up the back shot. And medyo maganda sagot ng Omega Esports dito. No? They picked up the 1-1, setting up the possibility that this could be a... actually, hindi na side laner yung Pakito. No? Tank na yung Pakito, but this sets up the possibility na pwede magkaroon ng double marksman ang Omega Esports.
Which is actually capable sila. Remember, Toshi is also a player na nag-start out na pumasok ng pro scene bilang isang marksman.
Yes.
And ngayon, kung mapupunta sa kamay niya to, hindi pa natin alam kasi Toshi and Curtizi, may part na nagsiswitch sila eh.
Yep.
May part na si Curtizi ang minsan nagmamarksman dito. And yes, I like it na pinoint out mo. Magandang adjustment to para sa Omega. Para at least meron silang damage late game. And the 1-1 can actually deal with the Claude.
Yep.
Late game din. Na mapipersa yung Claude gumawa dito ng wind chant
Yes.
mechanic. Wind of Nature,
Wind of
na
Nature,
item.
Wind of Nature, yes. Ngayon, ang question na lang dito is whether Omega Esports ban out the Harley or pick it themselves. I think for Omega, you could let go of the Harley kasi hindi naman masyado nag-Harley sa H2O. You'd probably want H2O to play the Claude. Pero the thing is, pwede rin i-flex na next play to. Pwedeng si Renegade yung mag-Claude dito kasi you still have the possibility of Benedetta playing the tank role and si James din yung pwede mag-back siya. So a lot of options still for next play. And for Omega Esports, ang concern mo na lang dito is securing the jungle role for Hajizi.
Men, gusto ko na pinoint out mo dito yung Claude ni Renny J na pwedeng mag-side lane. Dahil knowing next play, ayaw din nila ng mga Digi strat.
Yes.
Ayaw din nila ng, hindi yung Digi strat na suicidal, yung Digi na nanggugulo sa side lane. So mukhang itong next play, mas fino-focus nila dito yung magiging gold laner nila para sa laban na to. And Midnight, napauka dito, it's back!
Yes!
Hajizi Ling is back. And man, na-miss natin to lahat.
Oo, alam mo iniisip ko nga, potentially pwede sila mag-Ling. We saw this with NXP's game and Execration's game. You can play the Ling against Claude and Basha as inherently walang ginagawa tong dalawang to against the hero. But I would have thought na last pick sana yung Ling na Omega Esports. Kasi next play, you don't want to be picking Ling and Claude in the same lineup. Sobrang takaw niyan. So parang mas safe lang na pwede mong i-last pick sana yung Ling for Omega Esports just to make sure na walang potential counter in next play. But what does this tell me is that Omega Esports, they actually want to bait the last 2 picks of next play to be against the Ling para makapag-set up sila ng isa pang possible last pick.
Ang ganda ng statement na yun. Kumbaga sinabi ng Omega, teka,
Problem is that they don't is an Esmeralda on the side of Omega. Yan ng lineup na. This is the top tier support at the moment.
Top tier mid.
Yes, it's good against Angela, it's good against Claude, and it's good against the Benedetta.
I think umabot lang tayo sa point siguro na next late game capability. This is a Claude, this is an Alice na pag nag-umang, doon na lang sila nagbe-base kesa sa pag-catch ng Ling na to. I think it's still 50-50 pagdating sa draft natin. Nabanggit mo nga, execution, sa execution tayo aabot.
Definitely.
Snowball type para dito sa side ng next play. Omega naman, kayang makipag 2-on-2, kayang makipag 1-on-1 on lineup nila.
Yep, marami kasi drop the Ling. Pero naipit sila doon sa 2 picks kasi nga nakita na nila yung Ling and alam nila may last pick pa ang Omega Esports that can answer the 2 picks that they have. So I think you don't do anything against the Ling and you are inherently countered by the Esmeralda.
So ang tanong dito, can Omega activate once again the KDA machine? Na-miss nating lahat itong Ling ni Mr. Hajizi, but can next play go all the way to the late game? And remember, this is one best pick para kay H2O. By the way, Midnight, before we start, nais ko lang sabihin that MPL Philippines Season 7 is under the supervision and the regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. So going back, look at this. Heat Vintage Movement.
Leveled up the first skill instead of Claude to farm.
Yeah, actually, ang Omega, they know na kapag ang Claude ang nag-jungle, importante sa kanya lahat ng buffs.
Yes,
Kailangan
definitely.
mo siyang i-delay ng i-delay, and yun din yung target dito ng NXP. Nagkamali ako, actually, Midnight. Akala ko Claude marksman to. Akala ko Claude side lane to.
Jungle siya.
But we have a Benedetta side lane na mapupunta sa kay Rene J. Midnight, I think favorite mo to. Kumusta yung mga matchups natin? Kumusta yung mga matchups?
I think for next play, you're very happy with the matchups. Medyo surprised din ako no actually si Rene J naglalaro ng Benedetta and Yawi is actually playing the Baksha instead of the other way around. Pwede kasing si James yung Baksha, Rene J playing the Alice, then Yawi on the Benedetta. But the thing is, they are looking for specific matchups here. They want the Benedetta on the core role against the 1-1.
Definitely. Sabi dito ng OMG, kailangan natin kumalaw. And there you go, first blood for the KDA machine.
I think it's too early. Nakita natin na zero early game.
Definitely.
You don't fully commit without your ultimate. So ang gagawin ng kampi mo is poke, poke, poke. You have the Kagura, you have the Pakito. These two heroes can poke all day.
Midnight, speaking of poke, how
Oh, wow.
important is this? Yes, Rene J getting the revenge kill on the top lane. That's nice. Kasi gold laner yon yung nawala. So pwedeng may mawalang wagon dito para kay Kurt. Pero gusto ko tanongin sa'yo, gaano ngayon ka-importante si Heat sa laban na to? I think siya yung nagsaserve talaga dito bilang scout.
Yes.
Sa OMG, this is vintage OMG.
Yes, this is the playstyle of Heat. He really doesn't clear waves. Ang ginagawa ni Heat sa isang game is nagpo-provide ng vision talaga.
Vision talaga para makagalaw. Sinaha JC dito at mukhang itutuloy-tuloy nila as they are now
I like
targeting
this move.
the orange buff. Pasok na yun dito si Toshi. Ultimate para kay James dito pero wala pa siyang first kill habang si H2O ay nasaliba na ni Exort at GZ now flying out dahil masyadong nag-overextend this time ang OMG. Great movements pero hindi sila nakanako ng orange. That is a 2-for-1 trade attack.
Here in the game, number 1 is the resource control of NXP. Pinaka-importanting aspect sa kanila dito sa game na to is yung resource nila. They want the farm on the Claude. On the Omega side, you as much as possible, you'd want to take objectives. You have a Ling, you have an Esmeralda, and you have a Kagura. These three heroes wants to control objectives. But the thing is, Omega Esports, they have a +1. Kapag nagre-resource control ng NXP, the 1-1 is also free farming. So the late game factor for Omega Esports is actually bigger compared to NXP.
So meron pala silang ganun na, o sige mag-farm ka dyan, pero yung 1-1 namin, free farm naman. So
pabor.
may part na 50-50 trade ang ginagawa dito ng Omega. Yes, hindi nila nakuha yung orange. Pero tingnan mo naman, ang daming turret gold
Oh.
na nakuha dito ni Cartesi. Meanwhile, pasok dito si Hajizi. Welcome back. Pero masustansya dito. And I think this is going to be the punish. Wow. Nice maneuvers para dito kay Hajizi.
Yes.
Onting acrobatics, onting gulat, pero may onting pasok agad ang NXP. Alam nila, ilang beses na nila napanood yun.
Dito mo masasabi na Omega Esports, sila pa